Okay, let's get straight back into Joshua. We are going to talk about Joshua chapter 12, the kings conquered by Moses, the kings conquered by Joshua. Chapter 13, remaining land to be conquered. So, guys, we're all about taking over, okay? When God says we taking over, we taking no. Okay, I'm done. Okay. Chapter 13, remaining land to be conquered, the land divided east of Jordan, the land of Reuben, the land of Gad. And then chapter 14, the land divided west of Jordan, Caleb inherits Hebron. And then chapter 15, the land of Judah. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Chapter 12, 13, 14, and 15. These are going to be a little longer. Okay, Joshua chapter 12. These are the kings of the land whom the children of Israel defeated, and whose land they possessed on the other side of the Jordan toward the rising of the sun, from the river Arnon to Mount Hermon, and all of the eastern Jordan plain. One king, oh, anyways, one king was Sihon, king of Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon and ruled half of Gilead from Aroer, which is in the bank of the river Arnon, from the middle of that river, even as far as river Jabbok, which is the border of the Ammonites, and the eastern Jordan plain from the sea of Chenra as far as the sea of Araba, the Salt Sea, the road to Beth Jeshimoth, and southward below the slopes of Pisgah. The other king was Og, king of Bashan, and his territory, who was the remnant of the giants who dwelt at Ashtaroth and Edrei, and reigned over Mount Hermon, over Silkah, over all Bashan, as far as the border of the Geshurites and the Machishites, and over half of the Gilead to the border of Sihon, king of Heshbon. These Moses, the servant of the Lord, and the children of Israel had conquered, and Moses, the servant of the Lord, had given it as a possession to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh. Verse 7, the kings conquered by Joshua. And these are the kings of the country which Joshua and the children of Israel conquered on the side of Jordan on the west, from Baal Gad to the valley of Lebanon as far as Mount Halak, and the ascents of Seir, which Joshua gave to the tribes of Israel as a possession according to their divisions. In the mountain country, in the lowlands, in the Jordan plain, in the slopes, in the wilderness, and in the south, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. The king of Jericho won. The king of Ai, which is beside Bethel, won. The king of Jerusalem won. The king of Hebron won. The king of Jermoth won. The king of Lashas won. The king of Eglon won. The king of Gezer won. The king of Debir won. The king of Gadir won. The king of Hormah won. The king of Arad won. The king of Libnah won. The king of Abdullam won. The king of Makkedah won. The king of Bethel won. The king of Tapua won. The king of Hepher won. The king of Aphek won. The king of Lasharon won. The king of Madon won. The king of Hazor won. The king of Shemron won. The king of Ashkapath won. The king of Tenak won. The king of Makkekedu won. The king of Kadash won. The king of Jokneam in Carmel won. The king of Dor in the heights of Dor won. And the king of the people of Gilgal won. The king of Tesra won. All the kings, 31. Okay, then. Joshua chapter 13. Remaining land to be conquered. Now Joshua was old, advanced in years, and the Lord said to him, You are very old, advanced in years, and there remains very much land to be possessed. This is a land, and yet that remains. all the territory of the Philistines and all that of the Geshurites, from Sihor, which is east of Egypt, as far as the border of Ekron, northward, which is counted as Canaanite, the 5 lords of the Philistines, the Gezites, the Ashwadites, and the Ashkelonites, the Gittites, and the Akronites, also the Evites. From the south of the land of the Canaan and Meorah, that belongs to Sidonians, as far as Apak to the border of Amorites, the land of the Jebusites, and all the Lebanon towards sunrise, from Baal Gad, below Mount Hermon, as far as the entrance to Hamath. All the inhabitants of the mountains from the Lebanon, as far as brook Meserapoth, and all of the Sidonians, them I will drive out from before the children of Israel, only to divide it by the lot to Israel as an inheritance, as I have commanded you. Now therefore divide this land as in the inheritance of the 9 tribes of the half tribe of Manasseh. Verse 8. And the other half tribe of the Reubenites and the Gadites received their inheritance, which Moses had given to them, beyond the Jordan eastward, as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had given them. From Aror, which is the bank of the river Anon, and the town that is in the midst of the ravine, and in the plain of Medeba as far as Dibon. All the cities of Sihon, kings of the Amorites, who have reigned in Heshbon, as far as the border of the children of Ammon, Gilead, and the border of Jeshurites and Machashites, all Mount Hermon, and all the Bashan, as far as Zalcash. All the kingdom of Og and Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth and Edrei, who reminded of the remnant of the giants, for Moses had defeated the cast out these. Nevertheless, the children of Israel did not drive out the Geshurites and the Machasites, but the Geshurites and the Machithites dwell among the Israelites until today. Only to the tribe of Levi he had given no inheritance. The sacrifice of the Lord God of the Israel made by fire are their inheritance, as he said to them. Verse 15, the land of Reuben. And Moses had given to the tribe of the children of Reuben an inheritance according to their families. Their territory was from Aror, which is in the bank of the river Arnon, and the city that is in the midst of the ravine, and all the plain by Medeba. Heshbon and all its cities that are in the plain, Dibon, Baalmoth Baal, Beth Baalmeon, Jahazah, Kedemoth, Mepath, Kiriath-Jearim, Ziba, Zerah Jahar on the mountain of the valley, Beth Peor, and the slopes of Pisgah, and Beth Jeshimoth, all the cities of the plain, and all the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, whom Moses had struck with the princes of Midian, Evi, Rakim, Zur, Hur, and Reba, who were princes of Zihon, dwelling in the country. The children of Israel who killed with the sword of Balaam, the sword of Beor, the soothsayer, among those who were killed by them. And the border of the children of Reuben was the bank of the Jordan. This was their inheritance of the children of Reuben, according to their families, the cities, and their villages. Excuse me. I love how everybody's wanting to text me right now. Do you guys see Axel? I love it. We're going to just keep him there, okay? Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Verse 24. Moses has also given an inheritance to the tribe of Gad, to the children of Gad according to their families. Their territory was Jazer and all the cities of Gilead and half the land of the Ammonites as far as Aror, which is before Rabbah, and from Heshbon to Ramah, Mizpah, and Betonium and Mahanan in the border of Debir. In the valley Beth Haram, Beth Nimorah, Succoth, and Zaphon, and the rest of the kingdom of Zihon, king of Heshbon, and the Jordan of its border as far as the edge of the sea of Chinnereth, and the other side of the Jordan eastward. This is the inheritance of the children of Gad, according to their families, the cities and their villages. Verse 29, half the tribe of Manasseh. Moses had also given an inheritance to the tribe of Manasseh. It was for half the tribe of the children of Manasseh according to their families. Their territory was from Magnium and all the Bashan, and on the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which was in Bashan, 60 cities. Half of the Gilead and Ashtoreth and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og, in Bashan were for the children of Machir and the son of Manasseh, for half of the children of Machir according to their families. These are the areas which Moses had distributed as an inheritance in the plains of Moab on the other side of Jordan by Jericho eastward. But the tribe of Levi Moses had given no inheritance. The children of the Lord of Israel is their inheritance, as he said to them. Excuse me. Okay, Joshua chapter 14. The land divided west of Jordan. Now these are the areas which the children of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest, Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel distributed as an inheritance to them. Their inheritance was by lot, as the Lord had commanded by the hand of Moses, for the 9 tribes and the half tribe. For Moses has given the inheritance of the 2 tribes and the half tribe on the other side of Jordan, but to the Levites he had given no inheritance among them. For the children of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, and they gave no part to the Levites in the land except cities to dwell in, with whom their common lands for their livestock and their property. As the Lord had commanded Moses, so the children of Israel did, and they divided the land. Verse 6, Caleb inherits Hebron. Then the children of Judah came to Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Kenizzite said to them, You know the word which the Lord said to Moses, the man of God, concerning you and me in Kadesh Barnea. I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me to Kadesh Barnea to spy out on the land, and I brought back word to him, as it was in my heart. Nevertheless, my brethren who went up with me made the heart of the people melt, but I wholly followed the Lord my God. So Moses swore on that day, saying, Surely the land where your foot has troddeth shall be your inheritance and your children's forever, because you have wholly followed the Lord my God. And now, behold, the Lord has kept me alive, as he said, these 45 years ever since the Lord had spoke this word to Moses while Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now here I am, 85 years old. As yet I am as strong this day as on the day that Moses sent me. Just as my strength was then, so now is my strength for war, both for going out and coming in. Now therefore, give me this mountain of which the Lord spoke in that day, for you heard in that day how Anakim were there, and that the cities were great and fortified. It may be that the Lord will be there with me, and I shall be able to drive them out, as the Lord said. And Caleb and Joshua blessed him and gave Hebron to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, as an inheritance. Hebron therefore came to the inheritance of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Kenizzite, to this day, because he wholly followed the Lord God of Israel. And the name Hebron, formerly known as Kirjath Arba, Arba was the greatest man among Anakim. Then the land had rest from war. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and stop there because chapter 15 is pretty long. And we're going to do chapter 15, 16, and 17 next, okay?